Let's go. Yeah. The microphone messiah. Yeah. It's the microphone messiah. And Mr. No Days Off. Microphone messiah. Mr. No Days Off. Phil, Brandon, what's good, y'all? Let's go. Bullet Cast host. Look, this is the time for us to be great on podcasts. Let you know this is the time and how the vibe lasts. This is the feeling of time and when we on it. You know we got no time for no opponent. It's the feeling. This is the time of the greats. So
ladies and gentlemen, it is the Elimination Chamber recap. I am the microphone messiah, Phillip Antoine. I'm joined by Brandon Tanguma. I am coming off the heels of commentating or being a part of the commentary team for the largest show in UGWA history. The Underground Wrestling Alliance ran Emporium last night in SF. What a show, man. What a show. Over 400 people in there. The crowd was wild. People were jumping off of second levels. People were going through doors. It was crazy. There was a title change. It was phenomenal. I just want to say thank you to Boss Man Slash for having me, and I'm glad to be a part of the team. Brandon Tanguma, how are you doing today?
Doing just fine. Phillip, sounded like a great show. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there, but Brian said he was going to be there after all months of speculation and hype of him finally showing up to UGWA to see you do commentary, watch one of the best rising promotions here in the Bay Area. Was Brian there, Phillip? That the people need to know.
Of course, we know he wasn't there. I looked it up. He lives 15 minutes away from the venue, and he still didn't show up.
Damn.
Baby Huey drove all the way from Alameda? Was it like a 30-minute, 25-minute drive, something like that?
And San Francisco traffic and parking.
Parking. I drove around for an hour to find parking.
If only we had competent public transit here in the United States.
I mean,
hate to see it.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But no, I had fun, man. We did the damn thing. UGG was running next month, March 20th. They're collaborating with the Indie Handshake podcast. That's going to be in San Jose. That's an all ages show, so bring your kids. Bring your kids. The next time UGWA runs Emporium is going to be July 17th, and that's going to be a stacked show. I can't wait. Can't wait. But we're here to talk about WWE. We're here to talk about the Elimination Chamber premium live event that took place on what was it? Saturday, yes. So Brandon, take it away with the matches.
First off, Brian is not here. He has been suspended until further notice.
Brian Tronic has been stripped of the Bullet Cast Championship.
So
he is
vacant title going into WrestleMania. It's gonna be fun.
That's a championship that I never lost.
Or I can just cash in Bullet Cast in the bank, and since there's nobody holding it, that means I win,
right?
Whoa, that's how it works.
It's a championship that I never lost. Brian was really like the interim champion until I could get back on my feet. I'm back and ready to go.
Oh, so you're not pulling a Cody. You're not just going to leave the company.
So you know what? If you want to cash it in, night one of Mania, just you and me, undisputed title, we can do that.
Okay.
We can do that. I'm down.
So it's just me and you, no Brian, no Huey, no nothing.
If you want to cash in.
If we do WWE math, that means I have a 50% chance of winning.
Yeah, but then it'd be on the line for night two for everybody.
Oh, okay. Because, I would win and I don't hold back. I give back to the people.
I mean, would you want to cash in night one or night two?
I got to see how the card stacks out. I want to see what I'm more confident in.
All right. Or do you want to or what about Revolution?
Maybe for Revolution. We'll see.
We'll see. All right.
Okay. Anyways, let's get into the Elimination Chamber.
Let's do it.
It was a fantastic show. Just a bunch of wrestling. I saw a post almost 3 hours. The show was. It clocked in with about little over an hour of actual in-ring wrestling, about an hour and 7 minutes, I do believe. So we started off with the pre-show, because we don't ignore the pre-show here. We had Rey Mysterio with Dominic Mysterio taking on The Miz, and Ray gets the win in about 8 minutes. Miz tried to get Dominic kicked out. He did get kicked out, but Ray, he's smarter than that. He rolls up Miz for the victory. I'll be honest, I did not watch this. I saw the little clip of it on the actual regular show. So And then the Miz cut a promo afterwards teasing that he has a athletic whatever tag team partner to take on the Mysterios. People, rightfully so, I think, maybe thinking it was Cody, but it's come out that it looks like it's going to be a Logan Paul. So he's back in WWE.
I didn't see any of this.
Damn. Thoughts on Logan Paul being the Miz's partner and him having a WrestleMania match?
Oh God.
He's going to be up there with the ranks of Snooki for the most WrestleMania wins or greatest WrestleMania winning percentage of all times. But he's probably going to lose. So he will never live up to Snooki.
I mean,
the greatest WrestleMania competitor of all time.
She had one match.
She has a 100% winning percentage at WrestleMania.
So does Bad Bunny.
Exactly. Bad Bunny and Snooki, one and the same.
And RVD's like 4-0 at Mania.
Bad Bunny, RVD, and Snooki, 3 in the same.
And Michael Cole.
A who's who of WrestleMania royalty right there. Undertaker? No. Undertaker didn't win all those WrestleMania matches.
He lost 2.
We don't need to. Exactly. Snooki, Bad Bunny, Michael Cole. Some of the greatest in-ring performers of all time.
Yes.
Undefeated at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Undertaker can't. They're putting Undertaker in the Hall of Fame. Like,
congratulations to the dead man. He's going into the 2022 Hall of Fame. That was a long ass video package.
And that's one of the reasons why there was only an hour and 10 minutes of wrestling on this 3-hour show. And
no, I mean, the video package was excellent, but I'm just saying it was long as hell.
It was a great video package. I liked how they had the Metallica. They had Sad But True. Then they entered that into the Kid Rock song because he used a sample of Sad But True.
Yeah.
Very smartly well done.
Yes. Kevin Dunn did something good.
Maybe it was somebody else who maybe knows what they're doing. I don't know. But let's get into the actual real quote unquote Elimination Chamber, the main card, one might say. We started off with the Universal Championship match, kicking it off with the needle mover, the big dog, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, defending against Goldberg. This match looks a flat 6 minutes. You could count the bumps on one hand from both of these men. I think the main goal of this match was to get in and out, have Goldberg wrestle his last match on his contract, do not get Roman hurt. And they did that with Roman choking out Goldberg with the guillotine. I think Goldberg, took like one bump from the Superman punch, teased a jackhammer. Thank God we didn't get Roman taking a jackhammer. So they just got in, got out. Nobody got hurt, so we can ask for. And this was a literal nobody got hurt, so we can ask for.
Yeah, hey, good solid bump by Goldberg off the off the Superman punch. Spears looked nice. I mean, Goldberg looked he looked good or whatever. And yeah, Roman's the champ, and this is the greatest main event run in WWE history.
Mm-hmm. Nothing really much else to say. I think that's going to be.
Can you believe he had all this challenge, and of all the challengers, he has walked out Universal Champion against every former Universal Champion?
Look at that.
That's history, bro. Who else is doing this? Who else?
Did he beat the Fiend on he beat the Fiend during this streak?
Yeah, it was that triple threat with the Fiend and Braun.
I can't remember.
That's how we won the title. Payback 2020, a week after SummerSlam.
Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that. So
history.
Then we get the women's Elimination Chamber match for the right to challenge the Raw Championship at WrestleMania. Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Doudrop, Liv Morgan, Nikki ASH, and Rhea Ripley. Bianca, the last one to get into the chamber. She ends up winning the whole damn thing by pinning Alexa Bliss to win in around 15 minutes, 45 seconds. A lot of women on this card, in Saudi Arabia, shout out, still wearing the leotards, but I keep railing on it. But at least they look well done, well crafted. They look a part of their gimmicks. Bianca Belair doing her thing. Alexa Bliss comes out and she's pretty much just the same Alexa Bliss. No character change, no nothing.
It takes time. There were no t-shirts. Liv Morgan, Yousers. I got the Britney vibes. I did. We all got the Britney vibes.
Poor Doudrop. She basically had the black leotard with just Doudrop stitched on her chest. So, everybody else, I mean, Nikki ASH, she pretty much just wore her regular getup. All the other women had
Hey.
solid outfits, but except for Dewdrop, I don't know what happened.
Rhea looked badass. Rhea looked like did you hear the pop she got? She looked like a complete badass.
I mean, this Saudi Arabia crowd, it was a smaller one. It was kind of hard to tell exactly how many people were there because Cole's like, oh, it's a late arriving crowd because of traffic and stuff. So we couldn't tell how hot and how big it actually was. But like for the stars and for like the people that you would expect to get big reactions, I think they showed out. And Rhea Ripley, surprisingly, I mean, I said it going in that maybe she could have possibly won the match because she got a big showing on Raw last week. And I still think she is, underutilized, undervalued, and could be doing big things. But it is Bianca's time now, as she did win this match.
Absolutely. So Bianca is going to go after Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship.
Whoa, spoilers.
What?
Spoilers. We haven't gotten that part yet.
Did I even see that match? Did I see that match? Oh man, I've been out of it all day.
Anyway,
I'm making an assumption. I don't know. I really
so Becky, let's just hypothetically say Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, they're going to run it back, rematch from that 10-second SummerSlam match. I think this had to happen. Rumors are speculating this wasn't always in the plans. Maybe a 4 horsewomen main event, but Bianca and Becky they're going to run it back, possibly. A main event. We don't know how it's going to shake up night 1, night 2, but I think this was a match that needed to happen, and I'm excited to see what these women can do, given a complete, hopefully, a full-fledged 20-minute match.
We'll see.
We shall see. Back-to-back women's matches here in Saudi Arabia. We get Naomi and Ronda Rousey taking on Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville. The gimmick was Ronda had to tie one arm behind her back. That didn't exactly turn out to be the case. It's more one arm tied to her hip, but you got the gist of what they were going for. And Ronda, was Ronda. She was dominant against Sonya Deville with one arm. Charlotte kind of got her licks in when Ronda had her back turned. Naomi and Sonya and Charlotte did their thing, but in the end, Ronda teases the armbar. Charlotte just walks off, gets Sonya in the armbar, and she taps out. 9 minutes, 15 seconds.
Charlotte looked great.
I mean, it wasn't exactly the most spectacularly crafted leotard out there. It just seemed like, one piece of fabric. But, shout out.
Great.
Shout out Charlotte, looked like a champion. Liked her robe. I did like her robe. I'll say that.
Yes.
And, shout out Sonya Deville, a gay woman in Saudi Arabia where it's technically illegal to be gay, but, good for her.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, the match was what you would expect. It was just like Ronda doing her thing and Charlotte kind of, we knew Charlotte and Ronda weren't exactly going to touch in this match. And I mean, it was fine. That's kind of just the theme for the show. It was just fine and just kind of there. But we have 5 weeks until WrestleMania. What do you see them being able to get out of Ronda and Charlotte for over a month and a half? I don't know what else there really is to do with these two.
They're just gonna do promos back and forth, man. Maybe they'll get a little physical. That's about it.
Get a little physical.
Physical. Yeah.
Next up, we had Drew McIntyre taking on Madcap Moss, and this is probably the most memorable moment, most memorable aspect of the show, possibly. Falls Count Anywhere match. Madcap had Happy Corbin in his corner, and we've all seen it. It's on Twitter. It's all over the place. We do a reverse Alabama slam, and
I need to know, bro, McIntyre does this move all the time. Has he just never seen it? Has Madcap never seen him do this move?
I don't know what was going on because
I think he tried to roll through or something.
Well, technically, the instinct of a wrestler is to always tuck their head, and so doing that move or a Styles Clash, you have to do the complete opposite. So, however many years of teaching and wrestling, you're doing the complete opposite of what your instincts tell you. And yeah, he just curled his head, just landed right on top of it. Obviously a gasp from everybody, kind of stopped for a few seconds, but he just got back up and seemingly he's fine. So the boys got some strong traps on him. Got a strong neck, strong stack of dimes.
Y'all need to respect Madcap Moss, man.
So, I mean, yeah, after that, Madcap gets up. They just continued on their match. It wasn't no disqualification Falls Count Anywhere match. They didn't exactly, do too much. They kind of went up on the stage, but that was pretty much it. Happy Corbin gets involved a little bit, but not too much, which I don't know why if it was no disqualification. But Drew takes out the sword, teases decapitation in Saudi Arabia, and pins Madcap 1, 2, 3 as Corbin walks away. Kind of similar to what Charlotte did in the match before.
Why'd you say that?
I'm just making observations. So we're on the road to Drew McIntyre taking on Baron Corbin at WrestleMania.
Yes.
It's good. A main event anywhere in the world.
Baron Corbin's nice, bro. I love Baron Corbin.
Character-wise, he's fine. But then it's like, when's the last time they've had like a memorable big Baron Corbin match? And you're using that for Drew McIntyre.
What do you mean? He retired Kurt Angle. He retired one of the best that's ever done this.
And we see how that panned out. People were not too happy about that.
And then he went on to become the king of the ring. And those matches with Gable were lit. Stop.
Then we had Becky Lynch and Lita, Raw Women's Championship match. Winner of this takes on Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. I wonder who would win this. So yeah, Becky comes out, Lita comes out. Lita got pretty big reception from the crowd, and they go. What is this? 12:15. Becky audibly calling the match in the ring. You could hear a couple times, but it was a little slow, a little sloppy. Obviously they kept hammering home Lita hasn't wrestled a meaningful one-on-one match in 16 years, whatever the hell that means. And Becky gets the win. There was a good little flurry from Lita at the end, but Becky gets the win. I thought it was maybe the best match of the night. Obviously that's not saying too much, but there were some sloppy spots from Lita, as you'd expect. She was never the best wrestler, back in her prime, but I thought, she did well. She kind of soaked in the moment afterwards, kind of visibly, not shaken up, but kind of, visibly emotional, possibly the last match she's going to have. And I thought she did well.
She's going to wrestle at Hood Slam next month.
Oh, okay. I see you've been training with the Stoner Brothers.
We out?
Maybe.
If we go, we got to get there like 2 hours early.
That's what I've heard. There's like no seats. Especially as us, vertically challenged boys, we don't want to be stuck all the way in the back.
Man, yeah. And it's in the middle of a street this time.
Oof, in Oakland.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, so bring the bulletproof vest, brother. What else?
Don't wear the wrong colors.
Yeah, exactly. Gang, gang.
Then we were supposed to have a tag team title match for the SmackDown tag titles. The Viking War Raider Experience come out. They do their gimmick, and then just out of nowhere, the Usos beat them down, and they just did like some kind of brawl, beat down, suplex onto one another. And apparently because of that, they were unable to continue, even though we've seen far worse pre-match beatdowns, and the wrestler has been able to get up, continue the match, and in some cases win the match. But no, a couple punches and a suplex later, the Viking War Raider Experience was dead, and they could not continue. So a full-fledged bait and switch. You fly these guys out across the ocean to do that. So
yeah.
Ooh. Honestly, on paper, this probably could have been the best match of the show if given the time, but I just thought this was like, you didn't have to do the entrance. If you're going to do this type of angle, just do a backstage, and it's less time. But what do I know?
It's true. What do you know?
I don't know. What do I know? What do you know? What do you got? Any opinions on these? Or are you asleep for this one too?
I literally didn't see this.
Damn. Technically the match didn't exist, so.
Yeah.
Great analysis here. The only type of analysis you can get here at the Bulletcast. Main event time. We get Bobby Lashley defending, in quotations, his WWE Championship inside the Elimination Chamber with Seth Rollins, Riddle, Austin Theory, AJ Styles, and a Bork Laser. Seth Rollins power bombs Austin Theory through one of the pods, through Lashley's pod, and it looked terrible. It didn't look like it touched Lashley whatsoever. He goes down.
Lashley.
He barely touched him.
It did touch him. It
touched him. It touched him. Not saying it touched him. It didn't look like it injured him, but Lashley gets helped out to the back, and he's gone. It just like that, he loses.
Undergoing concussion protocol.
Just like that, he loses. I don't think it's. I mean, that means if he's going under concussion protocol, you have to stay in Saudi Arabia because I'm pretty sure you can't fly with a concussion.
Yes, you can.
I mean, I don't know if that's exactly the safest thing for you to do.
He can.
Okay. But anyways, so Lashley just gets escorted out to the back. Legitimately, it seems as though he has some sort of shoulder injury from Royal Rumble or whatever. So that's the reason why he wasn't able to compete. And then it was supposed to be Lashley's turn at number 5. Brock said, yeah, I'm not doing this. He breaks the glass and he runs and just literally kills every other competitor in the match. F5 pin, F5 pin, F5
killed
pin.
Austin Theory.
And the WWE does not have very many stars, or at least top tier talent. Brock Lesnar pretty much squashed all of them in the matter of a few seconds. And then poor Austin Theory was the last man standing, climbs up the cage. Brock Lesnar, as big and strong as he is, people forget how exactly athletic and fast he is. Climbs up the cage with them, F5s him off the pod, throws him into the ring, pins 1, 2, 3. So Brock Lesnar now officially has beaten all 4 Black WWE champions. Every single title reign, Brock Lesnar defeated them all. Rock, SummerSlam. Kofi at SmackDown. Big E at Day 1. And now Lashley.
In Saudi Arabia.
At Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
On Black History Month, too.
Yeah. It is something that has happened. I fear being a man of color and being the champion because I don't know when Brock's coming. I don't know when Brock is coming after me. I don't. It's really like, did they see them like, all right, this has to be a thing now? Did they see? I wonder. I wonder.
And back all the way in 2002 SummerSlam, they long-term storytelling.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, 20 years worth of storytelling here. Come on, man. Come on. But in all seriousness, though, I mean, we're getting Brock and Roman. Hey, it's going to be physical. Either Brock beats Roman and ends this mega main event run, or Roman beats Brock once again and officially solidifies that he's the most dominant champion in all of WWE's history.
Yeah, I mean, this was kind of a foregone. I mean, once Lashley went down, I just kind of assumed he was going to do the gimmick where he leaves and comes back, but that just never happened. And so then once it was just Brock there, it was like, well, that's just like the only logical person to win. Because, I mean, if Brock wasn't going to at least be weakened by Lashley, I just didn't see anybody else losing or beating Brock just straight up like that. And he just came out, speed ran through everybody. And who knows what Lashley's situation is. It seems as though he might have to get surgery. And I mean, shoulder surgery ain't no joke. So if he's out, if he does, he might be out like 2 to 4, 6 months. So we might not get some sort of Lashley match at WrestleMania, which is a shame. So we don't know, what's going to happen, whether Brock has to defend at night 1 and wrestle Roman night 2, or what the case may be. WrestleMania still seems pretty up in the air, but overall, this match was kind of just there. I mean, athletically speaking, probably like the best. Like they were doing their spots, they were doing some things, but just kind of the overarching cloud of Brock Lesnar just was there, and then it just rained hellfire and brimstone once he crushed through the pod. Overall, it just seems like a regular February show where you kind of know where everything's going because WrestleMania is in a couple months. So the matches didn't mean too much. The finishes kind of just seemed there. It seemed like a foregone conclusion was going to happen, and pretty much all the matches we thought was going to happen, they ended that way. the women's match, longest match on the show at 15:45. So 2 Elimination Chamber matches go under 16 minutes. Women's Elimination Chamber was the shortest in history until the men's main event. So both these Elimination Chamber matches, the shortest 2 in history.
That's crazy.
I didn't even what was it? I wasn't kind of paying attention to the rules. It felt like they were just flying through the entrance. I thought it would be I thought it's like 5 minutes per pod, but it was like 2. It felt they were just going after it.
I don't think it's 5. I don't know, but it just happened.
It was just okay. One's person. Oh, okay. There's someone else is already coming in. Well, I guess we're just getting in, get out. It did feel like a kind of like the old Saudi Arabia matches because like last show, that was probably by far the best Saudi Arabia show they had. This one felt more like the other ones where it just kind of felt like a house show, kind of going through the motions, especially before WrestleMania. Don't want to push the limits too much and risk getting injured. So for a Saudi show, it was like fine, but for like a proper main, WrestleMania lead-in pay-per-view, premium live event, this show is not good.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
Giving it a D. D+.
I liked what Liv had on. I'll give it a C.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Brian, your thoughts?
You still the champion. Me. That's all he says now. Within the ropes is coming back. It's never coming back. It's never coming back.
But it's still on Twitter. Follow it at Within the Ropes, I think.
Yeah. His the Twitter will last forever. The show's never coming back. Oh man, you guys know where to follow us at Heel Antoine, HELANTWINE on Twitter and Instagram. The Bulletcast on Instagram and YouTube at Bulletcast on Twitter. Brandon, where can people follow you?
I follow Curveballs and Chair Shots, Curveballs and CS. Por favor.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll be back Thursday to talk the world of professional wrestling. Raw. Maybe Cody Rhodes shows up tonight. We don't know. We're going to have to find out, wait and see. Thank you guys so much. Stay clean, stay strong, stay safe. And, yeah.